Okay, folkaroonies, here we are, literal equations part 2 with practice examples. Okay, so we did our video on yesterday where we had the split screen, okay, showing the similarities, just how similar, okay, solving a regular algebraic equation is with solving literal equations. Literal equations have more than one variable, and then formulas are basically practically all variables, okay? So you had your time to write this down, and you had your time to solve this. So I'm just going to go, it tells you what it wants you to solve this for. This is a formula. It tells you that it wants you to solve this formula for x. So what am I going to do? I'm going to circle the x. Okay? Do it now. If I'm writing it on the board, you're writing it. Okay? So in order to get that x all by itself, what do we need to move to the other side? We need to move this positive r, and we need to move this p to the other side. What did I say yesterday? Whatever variable is connected to the variable that you're solving for, that is what you always do last. Always look for an easy addition or subtraction opportunity first. Do we have one? Yes, we do. What is the opposite of a positive r? Negative r. So we're going to subtract r from both sides. Okay? Now, can you actually do negative t minus r? No, you can't actually do that, so it stays exactly that. So you have negative t minus r equals, bring down what we have left over here, which is p times x, okay? Now, let me just x out of here. All right, so have we solved for x? Circle it. No, we have not. That is p times x. We have not gotten the x all by itself. What's the opposite of p times x? Divide. So you're going to divide by p on both sides. Those cancel, okay? And then x is equal to, okay, all of this. You can't actually do negative t minus r divided by p. You can't actually do that. So it stays exactly that, okay? Write the answer, negative t minus r divided by p, and circle the whole thing. That whole thing is your answer. So originally, if you think of this as a formula, which you should, okay? Originally, this formula was solved for negative t, okay? Why do I know that? Because whatever it's equal to, that is what it's solved for, okay? But then it says it wants you to solve for x. So when it says that, you want to get the x all by itself. You want it to say x equals something in the end. And did we do that? Yes, we did. Okay. So now part of your assignment was working with literal equations. This was a formula clearly, but we know that it's a literal equation when it has more than one variable in it. And it's a very good thing that we're starting the practice of solving for y. So we're going to do this first together. Okay. So everybody circle the y. Okay, you already had the chance to write this down. So step 1 is you have to solve for y. Let me see if I can move it up a little bit. Hold on a second. Okay, just want to see if that's going to work. Okay, let me move it over a little bit. There it is. Okay. Okay, so first of all, you have to solve for y, solve this equation for y, okay, and then test what y is equal to when you plug in the given x value, when you plug in the given value for x. So let's take it one step at a time. This is kind of running out. Okay, here we go. So everybody, what do I always do? Circle the y. Do it now. Because why? That's what we're solving for. Okay, do it now. Okay, so if we want to, and by the way, don't get confused with the semicolon, you guys. It's just separating the equation from what it wants you to test after you solve for y. Okay, so if we want to solve for y and get the y all by itself, we need to move the 7x and the 2 to the other side of the equal sign. So how do we do that? We look for an easy addition or subtraction opportunity first. So I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. Okay, bring down your 2y equals, okay, negative 7x plus 4. This is where we are, okay? Have we solved for y yet? No, we have not. What's our final step? Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay, bring down your y, and y is equal to what? A negative 7/2 x, okay, plus, now 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, so have we solved for y? Yes. Part 1 done. Okay, now it says, what is this y equal to? When you give x this value, 5. When x is equal to 5, when you plug 5 in for x, what does that make y equal to? Okay, how do we do that? By substituting. So I'm just going to, erase and replace. Okay, everybody, go ahead and open, give yourself an empty space right here, because we're going to substitute 5 in for the x right here. Okay, and we're going to do the math. Here we go. Okay, bring down your y. So now all you have to do is the math. You have to do negative 7/2 times 5 plus 2. Well, here's where we can utilize, the decimal type situation. A negative times a positive gives you a negative. And 5 times 7 is 35. 35 divided by 2 is 17.5 plus 2. Okay? Are we done? No. So what is a negative 17.5 plus 2 give us? Negative 15.5, and you're done. It's okay if you get a decimal. It's okay if you get a fraction. Big look, okay? Don't be afraid of it, okay? So that's practice number 1. So let's try the next one, okay? Here we go. Here it is. Well, let's go like this and bring it down, okay? Because this part right here is part of my next instructional video. So here we go, okay? So this is x minus 4y equals negative 4. Okay, so they want you to solve this equation for y. So we're going to circle the y. Do it now. Okay, you all wrote this down. So here we go. If we want to solve for y, we need to move the x and the negative 4 to the other side. How do we do that? By doing the opposite of what we were given. So the opposite of a positive x is negative x. Okay? The opposite, so then we need to take this and bring this down. Okay, so we have negative 4y equals, and then negative, let's put the x first, negative x minus 4. Okay? Have we solved for y? No. Now we need to divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, okay? All 3 times. Bring down your y. Now here's where our positive and negative rules come in. That's why I told you this was the most important lesson of the entire year. A negative divided by a negative gives us a what? Positive. Okay? And a negative divided by a negative gives us a positive 1. Okay, so you guys, we have solved for x. So now we have to test it, okay? You have to test what is y equal to with the given value for x, which is a negative 2. So we're going to take this negative 2 and plug it in for x, okay? So I'm going to just erase and replace. Okay, I'm taking, the x was right here, okay? Do we all see that? And now all you have to do, when you do the math, right? When you do this math, it's going to tell you what y is equal to. Y is equal to whatever the result of this is, okay? So let's do the math, bring down the y. Okay, so here, a negative times a positive gives you a negative, okay? And then this 2 times 1/4, how do we do that? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 divided by 4 is 2/4. Negative 2/4 plus 1. Go with me here. We don't have to rush this. These are the little particular, intricacies that we can't be afraid of. But this is what stops students all the time, these fractions. Okay, don't be afraid of it. Can this be simplified? 2/4? Yes. So that could be 1/2. Okay? So think about it. On the coordinate plane, excuse me, on the number line, right? You have a negative half plus 1. What is that going to give you? A positive 1/2, or a positive 0.5. There you go. Thank you.